everybody. We are in Austin, where are we? Austin, Nevada. It is 370 people. It's a very old western town. They have a Bronco or a roping arena here, so we didn't get to see it, but I just want to tell y'all something about what happened today. We came over a mountain. It was after about maybe 1,000 feet of climbing, and we all came over the top together, and I was the first one heading down it, and we kind of space out so we don't, hit any holes, and we can choose our own lines and stuff. Well, keep looking back, and I keep seeing Dave, and I see Jesse back there, and maybe about a mile down the road I look back, and Dave's still there, and Jesse's slowly fading back. So we keep going, and it's starting to flatten out some, so I start waiting up for him, and Dave catches me, and we start going, and we don't see Jesse at all. So we pull over on the side of the road, and we hope he doesn't fall or anything. We wanted to see if he's on his way. So we see Josh coming in the trailer, or with the Mr. Pop-Up, as my mom calls it, and lo and behold, Jesse is drafting right behind him, going 35 miles an hour. So we were slowly getting back on our bikes, and Jesse just continues to haul tail down the road at 35 miles an hour. I'm chasing him about 32 miles an hour, maxing out my heart rate for about 7 or 8 minutes, and finally Josh pulls over. I finally catch Jesse, and he's just been sitting back, not even pedaling behind this pop-up for, I don't know, 10 miles probably. It was about 10 miles.
It was a long way.
And we're here dying, trying to catch up with him. So we just want y'all to know that Jesse's looking out for himself out here.
Alright guys, so this is my take on the story. So I've gone about 5 miles ahead of the guys. I pulled up on the side of the road. And there I see this hill behind us. And so I'm sitting there reading my book. And all of a sudden I see Tony go flying past me. And then another second later, here comes Dad flying past me. So I don't see Jesse, right? And so I keep look behind me, and I still can't see anything. So I'm wondering, what happened to him. Maybe he fell. And so I look, and all of a sudden I see this little black spot, about that big, coming over the top of the crest. And so I'm sitting there. I said, "Oh, well, there's Jesse." And so I wait, and I get him to catch me, and I pull over, and I figured, being the guy I am, I would at least let him draft back to Dad and Tony. And so we're doing about 35, and Jesse's tucked right back behind the camper, nice and aerodynamic, like getting down in his drops, taking full advantage of it. And so then we come up on the guys.
Full advantage of it, right?
So we come up on the guys, and he lets off for a second, and he says something to him, and I keep going, and then I look back there, and Jesse's just hooked right back onto the back. And so we're still going, and all of a sudden I see Tony get out of the saddle and start cranking on it, I see the bike start wobbling because he's cranking so hard on the pedals. And so I see that there's a nice long gap, and so I finally pull over, and Jesse's trying to urge me to keep going, and I said, well, we've dropped the guys pretty far, and so I figured I'd wait on them. So there's my part, totally unbiased.
Tonight, this is my defense for what Tony said happened today out on the road. Here we are at the top of a mountain, about to descend on the other side, and all of a sudden Dave and Tony in front of me began to go off a little bit faster. And so there's one thing you need to understand about Highway 50. It's called the loneliest highway in America.
They sell shirts.
And today I found out why they call it the loneliest highway in America. Because Dave and Tony left me. I was alone on the loneliest highway in America. They had the audacity to say they stopped later on because they couldn't see me. They were concerned for my safety. Safety? How about not leave me on the loneliest highway in America? You could see as far in front of you as you could possibly think, at least 7 miles. At one point, I could see probably for at least 10 miles. Nobody. No one. I looked behind me. Nobody. If I were to have died, fallen, gotten hit by a car, they wouldn't have known, because where were they? At the bottom. I was by myself, just me and God. That's all there was, at the top of the mountain. And so Josh finally was courteous enough, after I rode by myself for 20 minutes, to pull over and allow me to draft behind. At that point, I was so mad that as I passed by them, I politely asked, "How long have y'all been waiting?" And then I kept going. Faster. And by myself again.
Behind
Because
a trailer.
that's all I knew how to do, is ride by myself. Because that's all I did.
Wrapped behind
On
a trailer.
the loneliest road in America. That was me. By myself.
I need you guys to please pray for me. I am cooped up
3 adolescents.
with 3 immature children in a 16-foot pop-up camper that can't seem to get along. I'm the only adult here. I'm old enough to be dads for all of them, so I'm going to have to go get me a big stick and start cracking some, you know what, tail. So if they call tomorrow whining about their rear end being all sore up, you know what happened. I'll whoop me some fanny. So pray for me, my sanity. I need it. Good night. God bless, and take care.